Hello Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Welcome to the channel news. Here you will find everything about the Steelers, straight from the NFL. Today, we're going to talk about the possible end of the cycle for George Pickens in Pittsburgh. Before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, doesn't cost a thing, and helps us a lot to keep bringing top-notch Steelers content straight to you. Now, let's talk about a possible bombshell involving one of the most explosive names in the Steelers' offense, George Pickens. The wide receiver, who just turned 24, is entering the last year of his rookie contract, and despite the official stance from the franchise, it seems that his future in Pittsburgh is hanging by a thread. Pickens has already accumulated 2,841 yards and 12 touchdowns in his short NFL career, with a standout performance in the last season, where he recorded 1,140 yards, 5 touchdowns, and an impressive average of 18.1 yards per reception, the highest in the league. Star-level numbers, right? Still, during the draft, rumors emerged that the Steelers had talks with other teams, including the Dallas Cowboys, about a possible trade involving the number 14 jersey. Nothing materialized, but the smoke is still in the air. NFL insider James Palmer stated that the relationship between Pickens and the team's front office is far from good, and many believe his departure is just a matter of time. Despite the arrival of DK Metcalf, the team did not select a receiver in the draft, which could be a sign that, at least for 2024, Pickens will still be a key piece of the offense. But what about afterward? If George Pickens is indeed on his way out in Pittsburgh, the impact on the Steelers' offense could be huge. After all, we're talking about the team's main target in 2023, responsible for explosive plays and most of the deep receptions. Losing a player with this profile would create a tough hole to fill. Even with the possible arrival of DK Metcalf, who is also a physically dominant wide receiver, their playing styles are different. Pickens stands out for contested catches and being a reliable target on vertical routes, while Metcalf is more often used in slants, cross routes, and power routes. Additionally, the chemistry that Pickens has been building with Russell Wilson in training could be a decisive factor in keeping him at least through the 2024 season. Another important point, the Steelers didn't select a wide receiver in the most recent draft. This shows that the team still counts on Pickens in the short term but might be preparing for a transition behind the scenes. If a trade happens this offseason or during the season, it's likely that the team will rely more on two tight end formations, with Pat Freiermuth getting more attention, and on the running game with Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren as the focal points. Now, let's dive into speculation. A trade of George Pickens could be one of the most impactful moves for the Steelers this offseason. Although nothing has been confirmed yet, rumors indicate that the franchise has been talking with other teams, including the Dallas Cowboys, about the possibility of letting Pickens go. Considering the Steelers' salary situation and the needs on the roster, a trade involving the wide receiver could make sense, especially if the team is looking to reinforce other positions, like the offensive line or the secondary. For the Cowboys, who are always looking to improve their receiver core, Pickens would be a major addition to complement CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. If the Steelers decided on this trade, the financial situation would also be a key factor. They could free up salary cap space while possibly acquiring draft picks or another player to strengthen the team for 2024. But the question remains, is Pittsburgh really ready to give up such a young and promising talent? Still, the coming months will be crucial in determining Pickens' future, and any trade could happen at the last minute. So, what do you think about George Pickens' future in Pittsburgh? Do you think he will stay with the team, or is the trade really going to happen? How do you think this would impact the Steelers' offense? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to get all the updates. Among the many moves that shook the Pittsburgh Steelers offseason, one name that has generated a lot of discussion is Mason Rudolph, the quarterback who returns to the Steel City after a year away playing for the Tennessee Titans. For many, Rudolph's return marks the comeback of an old acquaintance and raises numerous questions about the team's immediate future and his role within the squad in 2025. During his first stint with the Steelers, Mason Rudolph had a career full of ups and downs. He was selected in the third round of the 2018 draft from Oklahoma State University and has shown himself to be a committed and dedicated player. However, over the years, he had opportunities to shine as a starter but couldn't secure a permanent spot. His last game as a starter was in 2022 when he replaced Mitch Trubisky toward the end of the season and led the Steelers into the final stages of the playoff hunt. Now, with Rudolph's return, many things could change for both him and the team. The current quarterback situation with the Steelers is still unclear, especially with Kenny Pickett still developing and Aaron Rodgers at the center of trade rumors. The team is in a transition phase, and this is where Rudolph's return could become an intriguing possibility for the franchise's future, whether as a starter or a reliable backup. When Mason Rudolph said in a recent interview, "Being back in Pittsburgh is a sports city like no other," he wasn't just expressing excitement about returning to a city that shaped him as a player but also a commitment to the expectations and pressures that come with his return. After all, Pittsburgh is a city with a huge sports tradition, especially when it comes to football. Steelers fans are extremely passionate and demand the best performance from their players, especially from a quarterback. Although Rudolph was never the primary quarterback during his career, he proved to be a player always ready to help the team when needed. His last significant performance came when he stepped in to replace Kenny Pickett, who got injured during the 2022 season. Rudolph held things down for a while, and despite the pressure, he managed to keep the team in the playoff hunt, which cannot be overlooked in his analysis. With Rudolph's return, several questions need to be answered. Does he have what it takes to take the starting role in 2025? Or will he simply be a backup option for a new name the team might bring in? The fact that he's already familiar with the Steelers' offensive system and the Pittsburgh environment is a big advantage for him. He won't need an adaptation period, which could be crucial in a season full of challenges and changes. One of the biggest advantages of having Mason Rudolph on the roster is his experience with the team. While he wasn't the undisputed starter during his initial time, his ability to learn quickly, adapt to different situations, and perform under pressure are key traits that could be crucial in 2025. When a team is going through transitions, like we are seeing with the Steelers, a player who understands the inner workings of the franchise can be a valuable asset. Even if the team decides to stick with Kenny Pickett or bring in a new quarterback for the season, Rudolph could play a pivotal role in building a cohesive offensive system. And if the team opts not to pursue another QB and trusts Rudolph, he will have the chance to lead the team into a new phase. It would be a way to continue a project that, although imperfect, showed he could succeed under the right circumstances. What can't be ignored is the fact that Mason Rudolph has a deep understanding of the expectations and pressures involved in playing for a franchise as traditional as the Steelers. His experience in dealing with these situations already puts him in a favorable position, especially considering the team will already have a strong core of players in other positions. With Mason Rudolph's arrival, a new speculation emerges. What happens with Aaron Rodgers? While Rodgers' future with the Steelers is still a mystery, the team has shown interest in exploring all possibilities for the quarterback position. Many fans have even wondered whether the team will really take a chance on Rudolph or try once again with a proven name like Rodgers, bringing more experience and stability to the position. Rodgers, who has yet to comment on his future, could be the key piece for the 2025 season. However, if he doesn't arrive in Pittsburgh, the chances of Mason Rudolph taking the starting role increase significantly. And even if a trade for Rodgers happens, Rudolph has the potential to be the reliable backup QB and be ready for any opportunity that arises. Since the quarterback position is one of the most important on the team, any movement in this area will directly impact the team's performance in 2025. If the Steelers decide to trust Rudolph as the starter, he will need to be ready to handle the great responsibilities that come with this position. The team will certainly hope to see him evolve and possibly lead the team forward, regardless of what other quarterbacks are available on the market. As the team awaits decisions regarding Aaron Rodgers, many rumors are circulating about a potential quarterback trade. Some say the Steelers are evaluating options outside the franchise, while others believe the internal choice will be the most viable if negotiations with Rodgers stall. Regardless of the path the team chooses, the presence of Mason Rudolph in Pittsburgh keeps alive the hope that the franchise can successfully transition between quarterbacks and find stability in the position, something that has been a challenge since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement. Mason Rudolph's return to the Steel City is one of the most interesting stories of the 2025 offseason. He arrives with high expectations and could play a crucial role in shaping the future of the Steelers. With his experience, familiarity with the team, and ability to adapt, he has everything to be a key piece, whether as a starter or an important resource for the team in a season full of uncertainty. Now, we want to hear your opinion. What do you think of Mason Rudolph's return? Could he be the key to the Steelers' success in 2025, or should the team look for a more reliable option for the future? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe to the channel for more news, and turn on the notification bell to never miss an update. See you in the next video, and may the Steelers stay strong.